Alright, so one of the things that should be in every ice climber's bag of tricks should know how to do a V-thread. What I typically will do almost 90% of the time is actually what's called a no thread, where you're creating this V into the ice and you pass a V-thread is where you pass cord through, tie it off, and you rappel off of that. But what I typically do is no threads, where you make the same V angled shape, and then you actually just put the rope through and then pull the rope through and then just rappel off that. So we're going to kind of show you the next steps of that. So one of the things when you're looking at the ice to make a V-thread, I like to try to find a small bulge, kind of like this, not like an overhanging bulge, but like a vertical one where it's coming out just a little bit. Because as you go in to like about 45 degrees here, and then once that's in, you're going to end up measuring it over here, and then it's sometimes just a lot easier to meet the two ends of the ice screw when you have a bit of a bulge here. You can also do like a really flat surface, and that works just as well. The biggest things you want to be looking out for is stuff like this. So like if you have like all this chunky ice here that has big cracks in it, you want to make sure it's nice and solid all the way through, and that you have thick enough ice to actually have both ends meet without running into air in the back. So I'm going to start to place my first one here, because this looks like a really good area to start building. So you keep going in as far as you can, all the way up to the very end, and then try to take it out so that you have all these pieces falling out, and you're going to want to blow air through these holes to clear out all the debris. So once you have the first hole drilled, you can still see a lot of debris in there, but you're going to now want to do a basic measurement of the length of the screw. So I have the hole here, I put the tip here, go across this bulge, and then I know I want to drill in my next hole right about here. And then as I start this here, I actually want to be looking straight down the hole, and so then I can make it level. So I don't want to go too far up or too far down, because then I miss the back of the V-thread hole. So next you just line it up here, looking down this hole, making it level with this, and then you just keep on pushing it in and keeping that line of sight in as well. Also with your angle here, you also don't want to be angling it too much, because then you cut off way too much ice, because you want to have as much ice as possible within that angle to give you the most strength possible. Yeah. So as I keep on screwing in, got the video there, we'll see how close I ended up coming into there. Might be able to eventually see the teeth coming in and through the hole. Just a little bit. Oh, and there's the teeth. So I know that, see, I didn't come too high or too low. It looks like I'll yeah, pull it through pretty easily now. So that was a good guesstimate. It's clean! Alright, so now we have our holes drilled. Also, I forgot to mention, make sure you use around a 22 centimeter ice screw so you get the most depth possible. But if you have less ice than that, it starts to get a little sketchy too. But now as far as threading this in, I want to show you as well one of the things that the AMGA recommended too. It's called a J-snare. So you don't have like a piece of metal hanging off your harness or something. This is super durable, pretty cheap too. Where the tip of the rope goes through here, then it's like a little lasso, where it can also pulls it tight and you just pull it straight on out. Folds up, keep on your harness, really light. So yeah, highly recommend this one. So I'll stick it in here and we'll take a video and see if we can pull it out here. Go. So as you can see, I have the snare right into there, in through that hole. You want to stick the rope into the hole, and then try to, with your winter gloves, make the snare around the rope smaller, and then nice and tight. And then with the bevel that's on that plastic sheath, it will help to turn the rope's head out, so then it pulls out pretty neatly there. See how the bevel's sitting on that rope like that? Works pretty sweet like that. And that way you're not putting any kind of marks or nicks or runs in your rope either. So then you pull this down. Obviously tie knots at the end of your rope, the barrel knots, pull it here, and then I'll show you what to do next to back it up. So the last thing that you want to do when you're rappelling off of a V-thread, whether you're using cord or the rope, you want to make sure you always have an ice screw backup for the first person. And you want to send the heaviest person down first. And don't just play Rochambeau, just send the heaviest person down first. That way you do have this backed up, so you're also pre-testing this with your ice screw backup. And when you do that, you want to make sure that you have, around that 30 centimeters from the anchor to this ice screw. And you want to make sure that this carabiner is just below the hole to here. So it's actually not taking any of the weight of the rope. You want it to be just the backup for this in case this ends up failing for the first person. So make sure you have a backup, rappel down here, always rappel with a backup if you can, and then head on down. So sometimes it's actually a work to get to these climbs when there's like 2 feet of snow to get through. But hopefully it's worth it.